going to say. I know what people are going to say. It's only Barnley, right? Barnsley. No, it's not. Okay. Basically, this team, it showed something. It showed that they're building something. So Manchester United's dominant 7-0 thrashing of Barnsley in Carabao Cup sent a clear message to anyone doubting Eric Ten Hag's side that they are not just here to compete. Basically, they're here to destroy. Okay? Basically, in a performance packed with blistering pace, ruthless finishing, and unselfish teamwork, United's wingers, Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, were the stars of the show, with each contributing to the victory that felt inevitable from the first whistle. Guys, listen. Uh, this team today in that game, yes, people say it's only Barnsley. Still, that showed a team that is it's growing in confidence, right? A team that is growing in confidence, a team that is basically they're definitely going somewhere, right? The way we're playing, the confidence in the team, the interchanging in passes, right? The way we advance the ball from the back, you can see that's something that they were working on, right? They were able to slowly we're seeing those pieces coming together, right? And that is something that's the only thing that we wanted to see, right? We wanted to see, of course, nobody expected us to lose this game, right? Nobody expected us to lose this game. Like, if no one expected us to lose, and we should have won. Like, this would have been an easy win type of game. But we have seen this in the past that this team, like last season, games that we're supposed to win easily, we struggle. But today, what we did to Barnsley, we showed, like, listen, we're going to put in a professional performance and do what we're supposed to do to these small teams. No disrespect to say Barnsley is a small team, but yeah, right? Josh, what's going on, Josh? Welcome. Smash a like, Josh. Listen, you're saying Josh is saying Chelsea's better. Hey, listen. From what I saw today from my team, slowly we're cooking, man. We are building something. Chelsea, I cannot wait to face you guys. And when we face Chelsea, I hope you have that pain in the whatever, Jaden Sancho. Josh, make sure you smash a like, hit that subscribe if you haven't done so, my man. I appreciate you being here. But yeah, man, Rashford, who is fresh from his goal against Southampton, looked unstoppable, right? Who do we have? I see that's Zeth in the house. Listen, man, Manchester United, man, it's just, I know people are going to get to me, say, hey, man, it's just Barnsley and all that. Nah, my team is slowly linking, right? We're slowly building something, right? Rashford, straight from scoring his goal after, the last time Rashford scored was like 6 months ago, man. So he scored again today. He looked unstoppable. His opener was a thing of beauty, right? It was a long, sweeping ball from Casemiro, found Christian Eriksen, who passed it to Garnacho. Listen, and the Argentine pinpoint diagonal threading through Rashford, and Rashford did the rest, right? Ray, what's going on, people? Smash a like as you're coming in. Thank you so much for joining. Listen, Manchester United did the something that we haven't done for many, many years. Listen, I've been watching Manchester United for a long time, man. I don't remember the last time we thrashed a team 7. All right. Listen, Ray, I know you, Ronaldo or Messi. Come on, man. Come on. You see this? That should answer your question. Ronaldo or Messi? Come on, man. There you go, Ray. That's your answer right there. Smash a like, hit that subscribe if you haven't done so. My man, Ray, what's going on? Let's see who else. Coolest people, smash a like as you're coming in. Thank you so much for being here. Liverpool overall. Sorry, but yeah, listen. Liverpool, you caught Manchester United flat-footed. We were not in our getting to where we're supposed to be. But I cannot wait to face you guys again next time. Uh, I see Prime Man United very very good. Yes, I agree. I agree. We played definitely, like, it gave me those vibes of Sir Alex, and I'm glad Sir Alex was watching that game today. He could see, okay, this team, they got it right. This team got it. You know what I mean? So, what are your thoughts on? Listen, one thing I can say. Listen, Garnacho, his arrogance, his speed, and willingness to take on players. Garnacho is listen. He's a total gem for us, right? And he is going to be in the way he emulates everything like what Ronaldo did. His celebration, going to the board and hitting that pose, like, yeah, that's me. And okay, one thing I can criticism for Garnacho is I want him to be more willing to share the ball, right? I know he wants to show Ten Hag, say, hey, man, Ten Hag, you should be starting me. You know what he scores? He does all of these, just like Ronaldo, right? He wants to show Ten Hag, say, listen, you need to be starting me. Every time I come in here, I do bits, right? And that's something that, it's so good to see, because right now, all around that team, it's competition, right? It's competition because, listen, Garnacho from I like Garnacho coming from the bench because he can give you that impact as an impact sub. But it also, today when he started, because last season when he started, he didn't do much. But today when he started, listen, man, I know it's only Barnsley. I'm not gonna get too crazy, right? It's only Barnsley, but Barnsley. I keep on saying Barnsley, man. It's only Barnsley, but still, we needed to do the job, right? And the boys did the job today. Like, they played some beautiful football, attacking football, quick pass movement, aggressive football. And Ericsson, guys, Ericsson in that midfield. Listen, okay, I was ready to get rid of Ericsson in the summer, right? To say, okay, his legs, he's done. He cannot do the job for us anymore. Based on Southampton game and this game, Ericsson can still do the job for us. Now, it's not like I'm not going to go overboard and say, oh, we should give him another contract because, we know his contract is ending next year. No, I'm not talking about that. But Ericsson can do the job. He Ericsson in that 10 position, I mean, he was like clinical, right? His passing accuracy is phenomenal, right? And of course, he also got his 2 goals. Come on, man. You know what? You cannot say much about that guy, man. Right? He was a true professional. He came into the game against Southampton, did bits. Today he did bits. The question for you guys: do you start Ericsson in that Crystal Palace game? Let me know in the comments below. Or or you're gonna bench Ericsson? Who is gonna be in your midfield in that game? Right? Let me know, people. Let me know listen. If you haven't smashed the like yet, please do so. And you know what? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, smash that subscribe. I'm your boy Luther, and this is Man United Central, where we talk about everything Manchester United. We're boosted for the win. I don't remember the last time we won this like this huge margin, right? Ray saying left foot. Who got that right? Foot, ball knowledge, and physical. I mean, listen. I mean, are you talking about Garnacho? Oh, yeah. Josh is asking Palmer or Garnacho. Ooh, that's a tough question there. Garnacho, his explosive pace. Palmer has he's clinical, but no, I'll go with Garnacho, man. Garnacho's my guy. I'll go with Garnacho. But again, would I take Palmer at Man United? Absolutely, man. First of all, Palmer is he's a Manchester United fan, so I like him, right? But I'll stick with Garnacho, man. I think Garnacho's trajectory, right, is very high, and I think he has different heights that he can reach. And listen, I for some reason I see Garnacho in the next maybe, like, I don't know, 3-4 years, him playing at Real Madrid. He is that good, man. They're gonna try to come and get him. So, but until then, he's ours, and he's going to continue killing it, right? And now that Rashford also, the rejuvenation of Rashford is just like, when I saw those videos, I don't know if you guys saw those videos during the international break when it was, he was working out, hitting, striking the ball, try to hit the ball from top bins, working hard, like to show, okay, he wants to prove to people, like, listen, I can still do the job for Manchester United, right? And I think that those workouts, the time he put in training, it's showing in these two games so far, right? You can see that Rashford is getting his confidence back, right? You can see Rashford, he feels that he can take on players, right? He feels like he can shoot from like from distance, and that is the Rashford that we missed, right, last season, right? Last season he kept on doubting himself. Like, whenever he was taking on players, he didn't know what to do, right? So, but now, right, even Ten Hag, one of the quotes, he was like, listen, when I see Rashford's teeth, I know, okay, we gonna score some goals, right? And that's the vibe that Ten Hag is getting from Rashford, and that is something also we've seen in this last couple of games. Like, the team is more relaxed, right? I think some of the interviews. I think Dalot was talking to Rio Ferdinand in one of the YouTube videos I was watching. He was saying, yeah, last season we had a lot of baggage, right? The whole takeover situation going on and all these things going on with the team, but now things are slowing down. There's a structure about Ten Hag, helping Ten Hag, make all these crucial decisions, bringing in players that can work in Ten Hag's system, and like and bringing in Ruud van Nistelrooy to help, like to help Ten Hag, Rene Hake. You can see the team is slowly coming together. Ten Hag, in the post-match interview, he was asked, like, something in the line, like, were you worried after the loss from Liverpool? He was like, no, I was not really worried, because he knew, even though we lost, he knew that, listen, this team is going somewhere, and they needed to correct certain things with more game time, more minutes under their legs. That playing like they did today, that is what they can do. So Ten Hag was like, no, I was not worried, and but he also said, even today, I am not, like, excited, over the moon about it, because he knows that we have levels, higher levels to get to. So imagine now, if we can continue that against Southampton, because now people are gonna be like, yeah, people, they're gonna be like, you Man United fans, man, listen, man, you better calm down, man. It's only Barnsley, man. Who cares about them, right? Now they need to take that to Crystal Palace, and we whoop Crystal Palace. Then people will really now start to be like, okay, Man United, they're getting somewhere, they're going somewhere, right? Because of that, the way we play, man. And also, something I saw that was different is, our wingers, right? Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho, they're not too quick to take shots like the way they used to do in the past. This time, when they get in the final third, they do the cutback, trying to do the cutback to see if someone can do like a tap in. They're more willing to pass to each other, the intricate passes, all those things that we didn't really have. And the players, it look like they're more confident in what they're trying to do. They're creative, and that's something, another thing we didn't see, like, last season. We are seeing now, like, the players know, okay, once we get to the final third, what are we supposed to do? Quick transition balls, like, we saw today. Christian Eriksen, quickly, as soon as he got the ball from Ugarte, for example, it looks up, it pings the ball, trying to get Garnacho out there, trying to get Rashi. I mean, it's fantastic football, man. Quick. And another thing I saw in this game, the tempo did not go down. You know what I mean? So it was in the past, we would score like 2 goals or something, and then the tempo will die down, and then the opponent's fans will start, kind of, raising the voices, and then we kind of could mess up, kind of thing. But this game, the tempo was maintained throughout. We were attacking, we were controlling the ball, we had aggressive. We basically, you could see each and every one of those players. They wanted to show the managers, and of course Barada was there, Ashworth, the whole team, that listen, I deserve to be on this field, right? And most of that team that played in that game, they were like, they basically they were not starters in this game. So basically now it's showing Ten Hag like, listen, um, look, you benched who was on the bench? Bruno didn't start. Meno didn't start. Lisandro Martinez didn't start. Xerxes didn't start. Right? Who else didn't start? Of course, Onana didn't start. Delit didn't start. Of course, Rasmus Højlund was still out. So there were like almost another starting 11 that is still out there, didn't start today. But look what we did with this team, right? So it means like competition, and that's what we wanted. We don't want any of our players to feel comfortable knowing that, oh man, whatever the case, I'm going to start, right? And that's something that we want to create that feeling that, okay, you are not safe here, right? Ten Hag said on this last press conference before the game, he was like, listen, when he was talking about Anthony, he was like, yeah, Anthony right now, it's not looking good, bruv, because you have Ahmad, you have Garnacho, who are ahead of him, academy graduates, right? And Anthony, being someone that we brought in for like 80 million, sitting on the bench, your manager on press conference saying, hey, buddy, it's not like you're going to guarantee to get game time here. You have to show something. You have to show that, you can compete to get your spot back, because the only way you're going to be rewarded is if you show in practice, in training, and also on the field. Today, I got to give it to Anthony, man. Anthony tried. Yes, he's not clinical. A couple of chances he should have buried them, but again, he kind of missed it. But you can see his explosive pace, good on the ball as well. He did his job very well. Now, did he do well enough to say, okay, Ten Hag, you're gonna have to start me against Crystal Palace? I don't think so. Did he do well enough to say, okay, that Ten Hag is going to bench Amad Diallo from that right wing to play Anthony? No, it's not going to happen. That right wing position is Amad Diallo's, guaranteed. That is one, I know for a fact that the next game, Amad Diallo is going to start on that right wing. So again, but Anthony, he showed up today. He got his goal, right? And that also took a lot of guts too, winning the penalty and said, you know, telling Rashi, hey man, let me take this penalty, and dispatched it. That showed character, meaning that, hey, boss, I know you're watching. Listen, I know sometimes whenever you win the penalty, most of the players, they hand the ball to the penalty taker, which is in our team is Rashford. But, Anthony was like, no, give me the ball. I got this. And then boom, he dispatched it, right? That shows character. And of course, he had other chances that he could have scored. Yes, he did not. Still, he showed work, right? He played, I think, the entire 90 minutes today, right? And that is good too, because he needed game time, and Ten Hag gave him game time to see, okay, what else can you do? And on that right wing, he gave us something, but he did not give something enough to bench Ahmad Diallo. People, smash a like, hit that subscribe if you haven't done so, man. Hit that subscribe for Manchester United putting 7 goals past Barnsley, right? This hasn't happened, I don't know, since, I don't know, many, many years, all right? Usually we score 1 goal, 2 goals here. 7? Come on, man. We are in 7th heaven right now. That's what I would say, right? But again, people will say, calm down, buddy. It's only Barnsley. I know. Forget about it. It's still, you can only beat who you're put against in front of you, right? It doesn't matter what team it is. You got to be professional, and you got to kill them. Because if it's a whack team, when they come to play with us, they should be afraid to come to Old Trafford. Every time they should see Man United, people should fear us. And that's something that we lost. Most of these small teams, they always thought they have a chance. Like last season, they knew, man, we could come to Old Trafford and we can rattle them. And then once you score 1 goal against Manchester United, it's downhill from there. Heads drop, and then boom, every team thought that they have a chance, to do something against us. But now these teams now they need to learn that, hey, the old Man United looks like it's slowly coming back, keeping clean sheets, right? Learning to play from the back, calmness, and being clinical, quick in counter attacks, quick in moving the ball, put from left to right, left to right, to try to create confusion in the final third. Those movements, like, a lot of teams will have a problem dealing with us. And what I really want to see now is if we can do the same thing in the Premier League, because the Premier League is a whole different ball game, right? It's a whole different ball game. So we need to start with Crystal Palace, and then say, okay, we need to do the same thing, thrash them, right? And if we can do that against Crystal Palace, hey, we know what. After there, we'll go to 20 and see what we can do in Europa. Because we know, guys, listen, people, smash a like as you're coming in, hit that subscribe. This is Man United Central, guys. Let me see 7 likes because of Manchester United scoring 7, not 7 goals, right? Right. So, guys, listen. One thing, man, listen, I gotta say, our team, I'm very proud of this team. They've gone through huge adversity, right? The amount of negative press that's surrounding Manchester United, all these reporters, all these pundits, everybody, they hate Manchester United. We know that, right? Because listen, always hated, never ignored, right? Let's see. Ray saying you'll be good commenting. Oh, well, yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. So listen. So one thing I can say about, like, this team, with time, I think Ten Hag is building something that we know that we haven't had, right? It's something that we know that I've always had a feeling that he's the right man for the job for us, right? Now, of course, a lot of people, they were Ten Hag out because, yes, we started terribly. The first game against Fulham, we won, but against Brighton, we made silly mistakes, right? The mistakes that cost us the game, mistakes that should not happen, like leaving the back post wide open. Come on, that should never have happened. But okay, it is what it is. Of course, against Liverpool, individual mistakes. All these, the 2 games that we lost, it was individual mistakes mostly, right? Casemiro making those 2 mistakes cost us 2 goals, and the rest is history, they say, right? So now the way we're playing, it looks like we are building that confidence back. Now, another question I would ask you guys is, in the game against Crystal Palace, who do you want in that midfield, right? Are you going to drop Casemiro? And are you going to drop Ericsson and start Casemiro? What's going on, Ray? Ray, tell me, in the next game, right? Are you going to drop Ericsson? Who are you going to start in that midfield against Crystal Palace, man? Let me know, Ray, who do you prefer to start in that midfield for you, right? I know our boy Kobe Mainu was rested, which I'm very glad that he was, because Kobe Mainu, you can see that in the last couple of games he was kind of looking a little bit sluggish, right? Never drop Casemiro. Come on, man. Ray, listen, okay. So it means, if you're saying never drop Casemiro, it means that you're gonna start with who are you gonna partner in that midfield? Ugarte has to start, right? Our new boy Ugarte has to start. We saw what he could do in the game, right? Ugarte gives you the tenacity, he gives you speed. His tackling is pretty good, right? So definitely Ugarte has to start. Now, Ray, you're saying that Casemiro has to start. Then you can do Casemiro and Ugarte, but what do you do with Kobe Mainu? Come on, you cannot bench Kobe Mainu, right? Which is that's going to be unheard of, right? Ideally, for me, I will be, I'll say, Casemiro, you did good today, but I'm going to start Ugarte, Kobe Mainu, and Bruno in that midfield, right? And then maybe 60th minute, sub Ugarte and bring in Casemiro to take us to the end of the game. Or you can do that. Or because Casemiro, he lacks the legs to play by himself in the 6. So you can put Casemiro and Ugarte right? Casemiro and Ugarte, and then later on, maybe 60th minute, you sub Ugarte, you bring in Kobe Mainu, and then we take it to the end of the game. He could do something like that, right? Racing, I'll play Ugarte first half, then get Casemiro on the pitch, off the bench. Yeah, something like that could work. But again, in the last two games, Ericsson he has been really good, right? He has been really good for us. He's one of those. Ericsson is one of those players that are very clinical, right? But today, I like to see. I've always wanted to see Ericsson in that number 10 position, that Bruno position, right? And we've seen that Ericsson can play that Bruno position very well, right? In the last game against Southampton, he played kind of in the six role, 6/8. But today he was more advanced, playing in the 10. Also today, I like the fact to see Casemiro not playing in the 6. He played kind of in the 8, so he didn't have to do as much defending. It was mostly Ugarte doing the defending, and then Casemiro was more advanced. Casemiro also, what he gives you is Casemiro also has those clinical passes, right? He can pass very well. He has a good vision, right? He does have a mistake in him, but he has really good vision as well, right? So I'm telling you, Ten Hag in his last press conference before this game, he said, "Listen, I like to have these type of headaches, right? The headaches of saying, like, you have players that are chomping at the bit, like ready to go. All these players want a chance to impress. That is a good problem to have." Ten Hag says, right? Because in the midfield you have Casemiro playing well, the last couple of games, Ericsson killing it. You have Kobe Mainu ready to go. You have Bruno. Of course, Bruno has to start. Today he came in that game. Bruno, this is a crazy stat, right? Bruno played 30 minutes. Check this out. This is what Bruno gives you. I saw a stat somewhere with Bruno. Give me a second. What did it say? Oh yeah. So the stat says this: Bruno came off the bench and created 6 chances in just 31 minutes. Right? That is crazy. And that's what Bruno does, right? Six chances in 31 minutes. And of course, he did assist in that Ericsson goal. People, smash a like as you're coming in. Hit the subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you so much for being here, guys. We are chatting about Manchester United scoring 7. All right, not just 1, 2, or 3, 7 goals, right? So Ten Hag again, he was saying, listen, this is a good problem to have, right? A manager doesn't know what to do or who to pick because everybody's ready to go, ready to fight. Your thoughts on João Felix missing the Portugal penalty? When was this? João Felix? This was during international break. I didn't see. Did he miss a penalty? I don't remember that. In the last game, the one that Ronaldo scored his 901 goal. In the Euros. Oh. Yeah. In the Euros. I mean, penalties, man. Listen, sometimes the best of the best, they miss penalties, man. Against France. I remember that now. Yeah. Penalties, listen, I haven't played professionally. Whenever I play goalie. And again, it's all about, if you can, obviously the goalies, they practice, they know who's going to be taking how to save and all this stuff. But even the strikers themselves taking the hitting the ball, they also can be, the jitters can get to you and, you can miss penalties. So again, penalties, they say it's a game of chance, you know what I mean? The game of chance. So I wouldn't really fault him too much. We can go through history to know, a lot of these big superstars have missed penalty. The one that I remember the most is, I don't know if you're old enough, Jay, Roberto Baggio. I don't know if you remember, I think Italian 90, I don't know if you remember Baggio. He had the ponytail, he blasted it over the goal, which was, that was crazy, right? And of course, we've seen, I don't know, Beckham, everybody's at one point they missed that penalty. So, it is what it is. They say it is what it is. You keep it moving, and you know what? And most of these players, they have something called short term memory, right? If you make a mistake, don't dwell on it because you gotta keep it moving, right? Life has to go on because if you dwell on it, then next game, you're gonna struggle. Uh, out of the Saudi. And listen, Ronaldo to Saudi, man. Listen, Ronaldo is my legend. As you know, ex Manchester United, once a red, always a red. I think it was time for him to go, right? It was time for him to go, and he wanted to leave Manchester United. And against, really, there was nobody else who could have taken him, right? Nobody else would have taken him or afford his salary. So it was the right thing to go to the Saudi league. It was risky for him, because he was when it comes to the Saudi league, he was one of the pioneers, really, the big names to go down that side, and he did very well. He went there, he killed it, and all these other superstars started going to the Saudi league. Now, it's all these stars going there hasn't really convinced me to start watching that league because of these stars. But for Ronaldo, it's good for him. And Messi, of course, Messi coming to MLS. I mean, it again. It's one of those like it's good for the U.S. football because I'm in the U.S. So I like the fact that these superstars can they feel like they can come to the MLS to showcase what they can do for the American viewership because the Americans football is really growing over here. So it's growing very well, and they feel like, listen, we can go to America and still do what we need to do. And Messi still got it, man. Messi still got it. I hope one day we can see Messi and Ronaldo once again go after each other on the field, right? No, I'm not player. I just played amateur in college and stuff. And Mbappe to Real Madrid, of course, Mbappe wants to get the Champions League, man. He wants to get the Champions League. It's crazy that Real Madrid was able to get Mbappe for basically for free. They didn't pay anything, right? So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Dob, I retired football. No, no, sir, I'm not a retired football man player. No, actually, you know what? Listen, I call football because but it's not American football. This is soccer here in America. They call it soccer, but I call it football, man. It is football, man, right? So that's what I call it. And sometimes when I'm talking about soccer, some people are like, you mean soccer or football? I'm like, yeah. You know what? I grew up calling it football. That's how it is, right? So, so it's exciting time to be Manchester United fans, guys. We are building something, but again, it's very early stages. People will be like, yo, you relax. Don't get too excited, right? It's only Barnsley, a lower league team. The team that came to Old Trafford thinking that okay, they can cause an upset, but again, they caught us at a time where the players needed to prove a point, and the boys proved the point today, right? They shut up a lot of haters because there are a lot of haters. They're thinking, oh, it's going to be the good old Man United. We're going to mess up, and then we won't be able to beat Barnsley, which we did. The same thing they said, oh, it's Man United. They're not going to be able to beat Southampton. We put 3 past them, right? 10 goals in 2 games, clean sheet. And come on, those are really good stats. People, smash a like as you're coming in. Hit that subscribe if you're done so, people. Thank you so much for being here, right? So we've scored 10 goals in 2 games and clean sheet. That is something that we hadn't been able to do in a long time, right? So let's say, why do I care about your opinion then? Good luck, but 3 viewers is crazy. Talk about NFL, more people will watch. You know what, dude? When you talk about NFL, buddy, Washington Commanders is my team. All right. So what's your team, man? What's your team? Let me know. But the Washington Commanders, they did their thing. All right. So we can talk football. If you want to talk about football, we can talk about football, American football to be precise. Because listen, this is an international channel, man. We talk about soccer here, but we can always do football as well, right? So yeah, man. So talking about from Mbappe's goal for the season. Listen, one thing I can say. Listen, Mbappe. Let's see, how many goals has he scored already? Let me check. I think Mbappe. So Mbappe goals so far. He has how many goals? I'm just curious if has he scored any goals so far? Kylian Mbappe, 6 matches, 4 goals. Okay. All right. All right. So 4 goals. I mean, he should be able to bag at least 25. Um, you know what? I'll give him 30 goals. I'll give him 30. Is he going to win the Ballon d'Or next time around? I don't think so. Well, he could if he wins the Champions League, which that's why he wanted to go to Madrid to win the Champions League. So yeah, I like Mbappe, man. I like Mbappe, but again, he went to Madrid to chase that the elusive Champions League trophy, and of course, going there, the team is already stacked. Real Madrid is, I mean, they have an abundance of riches, right? So I think Mbappe is icing on the cake basically for that team. So I know Champions League started. I haven't watched the game. I think they play. When do they play? They play tomorrow or something. I would like to see what they can do. Oh, they played today actually. Real Madrid 3, Stuttgart 1. I mean, Mbappe scored today. So wait, listen. It's gonna be interesting Champions League, right? Different format. So we shall see. But for Manchester United, we are focused on Europa. Next game up is 20. And listen, it's gonna be interesting. Guys, I appreciate you being here. I'm gonna talk to you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you for hitting those subscribe. Peace out. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.